Greetings, friends. Jason here for AxodysFC. It's Friday afternoon, and finally there's a few things worth talking about. And they're not really necessarily good, but that's Tottenham Hotspur for you. Ange had his pre-Everton match presser. I don't know if it was actually this morning or not, but probably. If not, it was yesterday. But I think it was this morning. Anyway, and it came out that Solanke is out. He has a knock. People had noticed he didn't appear to be in the practice footage recently. And yeah, sure enough, when questioned on it, Ange had to confirm that he'd picked up a knock and would be out for Everton. And that's just comically typical Tottenham luck there. Solanke literally played every game for Brentford last season. Plays one game for us before picking up a knock. But anyway, no anticipation of it being longer than sounds like an ankle thing where he was stomped on by an opponent and it flared up essentially this week. We've got the international break coming up. Plenty of time for him to recover and come back strong following. But, of course, that means that, the question is, who do we go with our forward line now? Obviously, Son on the left is probably the primary given at this point. We have two options at the 9 center forward spot. It's either Kulusevski, which based on preseason form and owning his jersey, I would probably go with that route. Richie, love the guy. He's still getting back into form. On the flip side, he has always been great against Everton. I imagine he will get the nod, but I'd kind of like to see Kulusevski. If he doesn't, if he does go that route, the obvious choice then is to put Kulusevski at the right wing. Even if that isn't necessarily the best setup for, Ange ball. When we're playing a team like Everton, who is in their own injury crisis right now with multiple players out, like something like 14 players available. Anyway, they're going to presumably be in a low block. Not a game suited to Johnson starting at all. And so the question is, do we go with Kulusevski there, or start him at the 9 and then Odegaard starts on that right wing? I think odds are Richie will get the nod at the 9 and it'll be Kulusevski at right wing. But I wouldn't mind something more along the lines of what I was thinking there. Now, the other question, too, is, of course, Basuma is available. It kind of sounded like Ange is not eager to bring him back. Obviously, if Bentancur is not available, he's, had the head injury. He's doing fine. Tests are going well. Ange sounded like, regardless of concussion protocols, his inclination is to take it slow, not rush him back anyway, which I like that. That's admirable. But because of Basuma's situation, the question is, would he just come right back into the... But it definitely sounded like Ange, would prefer not to just bring him back. I would prefer not to just bring him back into the starting lineup after just a one-game suspension. So I think that kind of points towards probably Archie Gray getting the nod, and then, the other question is, do we go with Sarr to go along with Maddison? I think Sarr was actually better than I realized. in the last game. I've been a little hard on him based on the preseason performance. And actually, as far as, the pronunciation of our Swedish youth, our blonde-headed wonder kid, coming straight from his mouth, the pronunciation is Bergvall, not Bergvall. So, yeah, I found a series of clips that like Spurs media did with all the players, and they had them pronounce their own names. And the other sort of surprises to me was it was Pape Madarsar, not Pap. But I mean, obviously you can kind of shorten it. I would see that, but he did pronounce it Pape. Were there any others that like surprised me? I think those were the main two. Yeah, everything else, Dragushin, was as expected. But yeah, Bergvall. So the announcer that I heard the other game was correct, and so that's how I'll pronounce it going forward. I imagine we'll still hear a lot of Bergvall, but it is what it is. Anyway, I have questions about our midfield rotation. We do have a variety of options, most of them young. But I feel like Everton, in the circumstances, this is probably a good match to be able to try things out with them. We definitely need this win, but at the same time, I feel like they're going to be the kind of matchup that is a good learning scenario. It's a home match, too, at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. So, yeah, I'm inclined to just start Gray and Bergvall, but alongside Madison. But yeah, we'll see what happens. Beyond that, I think the main other news was transfer related, and Ash Phillips is out on loan to Stoke City. No movement still on Region and on Lo Celso. Those guys still need to find a new home. But yeah, no new news on that. We've got a week to go. And yeah, we'll see what happens there. So yeah, definitely looking forward to the Everton game. I feel like it is definitely a must win for us at this point. And I feel pretty good about what we have going in there, but it is frustrating to not have Solanke available. And so that's what I got. As always, thanks for tuning in. Please like and subscribe if you enjoy these. And remember, to dare is to do.